You've been surviving when you were meant to be thriving, walking through your days like a warrior who forgot they once knew how to win, carrying weight that was never yours to carry, smiling through storms that should have made you scream. And somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that this half-life, this shadow version of who you could be, was all you deserved. It stops now. 2026 isn't just another calendar flip. It's not another empty promise you'll forget by February. This is the year you remember who you are. The year you stop apologizing for taking up space. The year you become stronger, wiser, calmer, not because life suddenly got easier, but because you finally stopped waiting for permission to rise. Strength lives in your bones already. You proved it every time you got back up when staying down would have been easier. Wisdom whispers in your quiet moments. You hear it every time you know the truth, but ignore it to keep the peace. Calmness waits beneath your chaos. You feel it in those rare seconds when you stop fighting yourself and just breathe. The ancient Stoics understood what most people never learn. Marcus Aurelius wrote words that still cut through centuries of noise. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Read that again. You have power over your mind, not your circumstances, not your past, not what other people do or say, your mind. That's where your power lives. That choice lives in you too. Right now, this moment, you can keep blaming your past, your circumstances, your pain for who you are. Or you can take every scar, every failure, every broken piece and forge something unbreakable. This video isn't theory. It's not motivation that fades when the screen goes dark. Every point ahead is a tool you can pick up today. Real wisdom for your real life with its real problems. No fluff, no empty words. Just truth that cuts through the noise and shows you exactly who you're capable of becoming. But I need something from you first. Hit that like button right now. Drop an affirmation in the comments. Share this with someone who's fighting their own battles. Subscribe to this channel because we're building an army of people who refuse to stay broken. And don't you dare skip ahead. Let's make 2026 the year you stop surviving and start conquering. The year you look in the mirror and recognize the warrior staring back. If you're ready to claim 2026 as yours, type this in the comments. My year begins now. Number 1. Build strength through small, consistent actions. Mountains don't appear overnight. Steel doesn't forge itself in comfort. Warriors aren't born in a single battle. And you won't become unbreakable by waiting for one perfect moment to prove yourself. Strength gets built in the smallest cracks of your ordinary days, in moments so quiet, so unglamorous, that nobody notices but you. Your alarm screams at 5 in the morning, and every part of you wants to surrender to the sheets, but you swing your legs over the side of the bed anyway. That's strength. Someone throws disrespect at your feet and rage boils in your chest, but you choose silence over reaction, dignity over destruction. That's strength. Exhaustion weighs on you like concrete, but someone needs you, so you show up. That's strength. Real strength doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need an audience. It doesn't wait for applause. It just shows up, day after day after day, doing what needs to be done whether anyone's watching or not. Water looks weak, soft, harmless. Yet give it enough time and it carves canyons through solid rock. Not through force, through consistency, through showing up every single day and refusing to stop. Most people miss this truth entirely. They're hunting for the dramatic transformation, the overnight success, the one big moment that changes everything. But strength doesn't work that way. Strength is built in repetition, in promises kept to yourself when breaking them would be easier. Epictetus knew this truth when he wrote, No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. Read that slowly. Let it sink in. Your transformation needs time. Your strength needs seasons. Stop rushing what needs to grow. This is what it looks like in your actual life right now. You want physical strength? Stop waiting to feel motivated. Stop designing the perfect workout plan. Drop down and do 10 push-ups today. Tomorrow, do 10 more. Next week, do 15. The number doesn't matter. What matters is keeping your word to yourself. What matters is proving you're the kind of person who does what they say they'll do. You want emotional strength? Set one boundary, just one. Tell someone no when you mean no. Don't explain yourself into the ground. Don't apologize for honoring your own needs. Feel that discomfort rise in your chest. Sit with it. Breathe through it. Do it again next time. That's how emotional muscle gets built. One uncomfortable truth at a time. You want mental strength? Stop poisoning your mind with garbage. Every video you watch, every conversation you participate in, every thought you entertain, it's either building you up or tearing you down. There's no neutral ground. Choose 1 hour this week to feed yourself something real. Read something challenging. Learn something that matters. Think about something deeper than your daily distractions. The world screams at you to make massive changes. Burn everything down. Start over. Transform overnight. But human beings don't work that way. We change through small actions repeated until they become who we are. Today's tiny choice becomes tomorrow's habit. Tomorrow's habit becomes next month's character. Next month's character becomes your destiny. Seneca understood this deeply. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Every day you delay is a day stolen from your future self. Every small action you skip is strength you'll never build. The time is now, not someday. Now. Stop looking down on small beginnings. The person who can control their reaction for 5 seconds is building the capacity to control it for 5 minutes, 5 hours, a lifetime. The person who shows up for themselves once is proving they can show up forever. Your strength isn't measured by what you can carry when everything's perfect. It's measured by what you do when you're shattered, depleted, and everyone would understand if you quit. That's when you discover who you really are. Start right now, not tomorrow, not Monday, not when you feel ready. Do one small thing that makes you proud. Just one. Watch it grow. Write it down below if you commit. Small steps, unstoppable strength. Number 2. Practice wisdom by choosing your battles carefully. Not every fight deserves your energy. Not every argument needs your voice. Not every insult requires your response. Wisdom isn't about winning every battle. It's about knowing which battles are worth fighting in the first place. You've wasted so much power on things that don't matter, proving yourself to people who'll never understand you, defending your worth to those who decided long ago not to see it, arguing with fools who wear their ignorance like armor. And every time you engaged, every time you took the bait, you handed away a piece of yourself you'll never get back. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it?" Think about that. The damage you do to yourself by staying angry is worse than whatever made you angry in the first place. The stress eating at your peace, the bitterness poisoning your joy, the energy drained from things that actually matter, all because you couldn't let something go. Wisdom means looking at a situation and asking yourself, will this matter in a year? Will engaging with this make my life better or just make me feel temporarily right? Most of the time, the answer cuts through all your justifications. Most of the time, you know you're about to waste yourself on something worthless. Someone cuts you off in traffic and rage floods your system. You could honk, you could chase them down, you could let it ruin your next hour, or you could breathe and remember that their bad driving isn't worth your good mood. That's wisdom, choosing your peace over being right. A co-worker throws shade in a meeting and everyone waits to see if you'll fire back. You could destroy them with words. You could make them look small. You could win the moment and lose respect. Or you could smile and let their pettiness speak for itself. That's wisdom. Knowing that silence is sometimes the loudest response. Social media explodes with opinions that make your blood boil. You could type out the perfect argument. You could school everyone who's wrong. You could spend 3 hours in a comment war with strangers you'll never meet. Or you could close the app and invest that energy into something real. That's wisdom, protecting your time like the treasure it is. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your power isn't in controlling what people say or do. Your power is in deciding what gets access to your inner world, what gets to rent space in your head, what's worthy of your emotional investment. This doesn't mean you become passive. It doesn't mean you let people walk over you. It means you save your fire for battles that actually matter. For defending people who can't defend themselves. For standing up for real injustice. For protecting what you truly love. Not for every small slight. Not for every bruised ego. Not for every opinion that contradicts yours. The wise person knows the difference between a threat and an inconvenience, between a real problem and temporary discomfort, between someone who deserves your energy and someone who's just trying to steal it. Start practicing this today. The next time someone tries to pull you into drama, pause. Ask yourself, is this battle mine to fight? If the answer is no, walk away with your peace intact. If the answer is yes, engage with purpose, not emotion. Your energy is finite, your time is limited, your peace is precious. Stop giving these treasures to people and situations that don't deserve them. That's not weakness, that's wisdom, that's strength, that's you finally understanding your own value. Let everyone know your commitment by commenting, "I choose my battles wisely." Number 3. Develop calmness by accepting what you cannot control. Your suffering multiplies when you fight reality, when you argue with what already is, when you demand that the past be different or the present bend to your will. Calmness doesn't come from life finally going your way. It comes from accepting what you cannot change and focusing every ounce of power on what you can. You lie awake replaying conversations from 3 years ago, rewriting history in your mind, tormenting yourself with what you should have said, should have done, should have been, but the past is carved in stone. No amount of mental torture will change a single second of it. Your regret changes nothing except your present moment. It steals your now to mourn a then that's already gone. You stress about tomorrow, next month, next year, building catastrophes in your imagination that haven't happened and probably never will. Anxiety about the future robs you of the only moment you actually have, the only moment you can actually do something with, this one, right here, right now. Marcus Aurelius gave us the key when he wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone." Read that again. Things you can't control aren't asking for your judgment. They're not requesting your stress. They're not demanding your sleepless nights. Leave them alone. You can't control what other people think about you. You can't control whether they like you, respect you, understand you. You can control how you show up, how you treat people, how you live by your values. That's it. That's your domain. Everything else is outside your kingdom. You can't control the economy. You can't control gas prices. You can't control whether you get that promotion. You can control how hard you work, how much value you create, how prepared you are when opportunity knocks. Focus there. That's where your power lives. You can't control if someone loves you back. You can't control whether they stay or leave. You can't control their feelings, their choices, their journey. You can control how you love, how you show up, how you honor yourself enough to walk away when love isn't returned. That's your responsibility. That's your freedom. Epictetus breaks it down perfectly. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Stop fighting the wind. Stop demanding the rain stop falling. Stop insisting the world operate according to your preferences. Work with what is. Adapt, adjust, flow. Calmness is a superpower in a world losing its mind. While everyone else panics over things they can't change, you stay centered, you stay focused, you stay moving forward. Not because you don't care, but because you're wise enough to know where your energy belongs. When something happens that's outside your control, practice this response. Okay. This is what's happening. What can I do about it right now? If the answer is something, do that thing. If the answer is nothing, let it go and tend to what you can influence. Traffic is jammed and you're going to be late. You can't teleport. You can't make cars disappear. You can call ahead. You can breathe. You can accept that this moment is exactly what it is. That's calmness. That's power. That's you refusing to destroy your peace over circumstances beyond your command. Stop carrying the weight of the uncontrollable. It's crushing you. It's stealing your joy. It's making you miss the beauty of what's right in front of you. Put it down. Focus on your circle of influence. That's where miracles happen. If this truth resonates with you, share it below. Control myself. Free myself. Number 4. Strengthen your mind by embracing discomfort. Comfort is killing you softly. Every time you choose the easy path, the familiar option, the safe choice, you're building a prison disguised as peace. Real strength doesn't grow in your comfort zone. It grows in the fire, in the struggle, in the moments when everything in you screams to quit, but you keep going anyway. You've been running from discomfort your entire life, avoiding hard conversations because they might hurt. Staying in situations that drain you because change feels scary. Scrolling through your phone instead of facing your thoughts. Numbing yourself with distractions because sitting with your feelings is too intense. And every time you run, you teach yourself that you're not strong enough to handle reality. But you are. You're stronger than every excuse you've ever made. Tougher than every fear you've ever felt. More capable than every doubt that whispers in your mind at 3 a.m. Seneca knew this truth when he wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Your mind is a muscle. It grows under pressure. It expands through challenge. It becomes unbreakable by facing exactly what you're afraid of. Not someday, today. That difficult conversation you keep postponing. Have it. Feel your heart race. Feel your voice shake. Say the truth anyway. That's how you build courage. Not by waiting until you're not scared. By acting while the fear is still screaming. That workout that makes your muscles burn and your lungs beg for mercy. Push through. Feel the pain. Embrace it. Let it remind you that you're building something stronger than yesterday's version of yourself. Discomfort is your body upgrading. Don't interrupt the process. That project that terrifies you because you might fail, start it. Fail if you have to. Let failure teach you what success never could. Every person you admire failed more times than you've even tried. The difference is they didn't let failure make them a quitter. Your phone buzzes and dopamine floods your system. You reach for it automatically. But stop. Sit with the boredom. Sit with the silence. Sit with your own thoughts for 5 minutes without distraction. That uncomfortable feeling, that's your brain begging for easy stimulation. Train it to be okay with nothing. That's freedom. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle isn't blocking your path. The obstacle is the path. That problem you're avoiding is actually the doorway to your next level. That challenge you're running from is the exact thing you need to face to become who you're meant to be. Stop treating discomfort like the enemy. Discomfort is your trainer, your teacher, your personal development coach that never takes a day off. It shows you exactly where you need to grow, exactly where you're still weak, exactly what you need to work on. Cold showers in the morning, your body hates it, your mind makes excuses, but you step in anyway. You breathe through the shock. You teach yourself that you can handle hard things before breakfast. That's mental toughness. That's you taking control, saying no when people expect yes. Your heart pounds, guilt tries to drown you, but you hold your boundary, you protect your peace, you prove to yourself that your needs matter too. That's growth, that's strength, that's you finally understanding your worth. The life you want lives on the other side of discomfort. The person you're meant to be is waiting for you to stop choosing easy, stop choosing comfortable, stop choosing safe. Choose hard, choose growth. Choose the version of yourself that looks fear in the eye and moves forward anyway. Discomfort is temporary. Regret is forever. Choose wisely. Tell the world you're ready to grow by typing, "I embrace the fire." Number 5. Build wisdom by learning from every experience. Nothing is wasted if you learn from it. Not your failures, not your heartbreaks, not your mistakes. Every experience you've lived through is either a lesson learned or a lesson you'll repeat until it finally breaks you. The wise person doesn't avoid failure. They extract wisdom from it like gold from rock. You fell. You failed. You trusted the wrong person. You made the wrong choice. You lost time, money, energy on something that didn't work out. And now you're sitting in the aftermath, replaying it all, drowning in regret. But here's the truth that will set you free. That failure wasn't a waste unless you walk away without learning what it came to teach you. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Every situation, every setback, every disappointment is neutral until you decide what it means. You can label it as proof that you're a failure, or you can mine it for wisdom and become stronger because of it. That relationship that ended, it didn't fail. It taught you what you will and won't accept. It showed you what real love looks like by showing you what it doesn't. It revealed parts of yourself you didn't know existed. Those lessons are priceless if you're willing to receive them. That business that crashed, it didn't destroy you. It educated you. It showed you what works and what doesn't. It revealed your blind spots. It forced you to develop skills you wouldn't have learned any other way. That's not failure. That's expensive education that most people aren't brave enough to pay for. That friendship that betrayed you, it didn't break you. It taught you to trust your instincts. It showed you that not everyone deserves access to your inner circle. It made you stronger, wiser, more careful about who gets close. That pain purchased wisdom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The cucumber is bitter, then throw it out. There are brambles in the path, then go around." That's all you need to know. Simple, direct, wise. Learn what doesn't work and adjust. Don't keep eating bitter cucumbers while complaining they're not sweet. Learn and move on. Most people repeat the same mistakes over and over because they never stop to ask, "What is this teaching me?" They blame circumstances. They blame other people. They blame bad luck. But they never look in the mirror and ask, "What could I do differently next time?" Start keeping a wisdom journal. Every time something goes wrong, Write down 3 things. What happened? What I learned? What I'll do differently next time? This simple practice transforms you from a victim of life into a student of life. Everything becomes useful. Everything becomes fuel for growth. That argument with your partner, what did it reveal about your communication style, about your triggers, about what you need to work on? Extract the lesson, apply it, become better. That missed opportunity, what does it teach you about preparation, about timing, about recognizing chances when they appear? Learn it, embody it, be ready next time. That health scare. What is your body trying to tell you? About stress, about lifestyle, about priorities. Listen to it, honor it, adjust accordingly. Wisdom isn't about knowing everything from the start. Wisdom is about paying attention, about learning, about evolving, about refusing to make the same mistake twice, about becoming the kind of person who grows stronger, smarter, deeper with every experience. Your past doesn't define you, but what you learned from your past absolutely shapes your future. Stop running from your experiences. Stop hiding from your mistakes. Face them, learn from them. Let them forge you into someone wiser, stronger, better. Every scar tells a story. Make sure yours tell a story of growth. Share your commitment to growth below. Every lesson makes me wiser. Number 6, build strength by mastering your responses. Nobody can make you angry. Nobody can steal your peace. Nobody can force you to react. They can say words. They can do things. They can create situations. But your response? That's yours. That's your power. That's the one thing in this chaotic world that belongs completely to you. You've been giving that power away for free. Someone says something disrespectful and you explode. Someone cuts you off in traffic and your entire morning is ruined. Someone posts something online and you spend 2 hours furious about it. Every time you react without thinking, you hand over your remote control. You let external circumstances dictate your internal state. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Read that slowly. The pain isn't in what happened. The pain is in what you're telling yourself about what happened, and you can change that story right now. Someone insults you at work. You can tell yourself, "This is a disaster. Everyone will think less of me. I need to defend myself immediately." Feel your body tense. Feel the anger rise. Feel your peace shatter. Or you can tell yourself, "This person is struggling with something. Their words say more about them than about me. I don't need to participate in their drama." Feel the calm. Feel the power. Feel yourself staying intact. The situation is the same. Your response changes everything. This isn't about suppressing your emotions. This isn't about pretending you don't feel hurt or angry or frustrated. Feel it all, but don't let those feelings hijack your behavior. There's a space between what happens and how you respond. In that space lives your freedom, your power, your chance to be different than you've always been. Epictetus taught his students, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." That drunk driver who hit your car didn't ask for your permission. That economy that crashed didn't consult you. That person who broke your heart didn't care about your plans. External circumstances do whatever they want. But your response? That's your kingdom. Rule it. Practice the pause. Something triggers you. Before you speak, count to 3. Before you text back in anger, wait 5 minutes. Before you make that decision from emotion, take 3 deep breaths. In that tiny pause, you reclaim your power. You remember who you are. You choose the response that serves you instead of the reaction that owns you. Your co-worker takes credit for your work. Pause. Do you scream? Do you plot revenge? Or do you calmly document what happened and address it professionally? The person who pauses wins. Your partner says something that cuts deep. Pause. Do you say something equally hurtful? Do you shut down completely? Or do you express how you feel without attacking them back? The person who pauses saves the relationship. Bad news arrives and panic floods your system. Pause. Do you spiral into worst-case scenarios? Do you freeze and do nothing? Or do you assess the situation clearly and take the next logical step? The person who pauses finds the solution. Seneca reminds us, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Every trigger is training. Every difficult person is your personal trainer for patience. Every frustrating situation is a gym for your self-control. Stop avoiding the friction. It's polishing you into something unbreakable. Mastering your responses doesn't make you weak. It makes you powerful. It means you're no longer a puppet controlled by circumstances and other people's behavior. You're the master of yourself, and that makes you unstoppable." Declare your power in the comments. I control my reactions. Number 7. Cultivate calmness through daily reflection. You're living your life on autopilot, racing from one thing to the next, never stopping, never thinking, never asking yourself if you're actually going where you want to go. And at the end of each day, you collapse exhausted, wondering why you feel so empty despite being so busy. Calmness doesn't come from doing less. It comes from being intentional about what you're doing, from checking in with yourself, from making sure your actions align with your values, from reflecting on who you're becoming instead of just reacting to what's happening. The ancient Stoics didn't just think about philosophy. They practiced it daily through reflection. They examined their actions. They questioned their choices. They held themselves accountable to the person they wanted to be. This wasn't optional for them. It was essential. Marcus Aurelius, despite ruling an empire, took time every evening to write in his journal, to examine his day, to ask himself hard questions. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." He started his days with gratitude, with intention, with awareness. That practice kept him grounded when everything around him was chaos. You need this practice too, not because you're an emperor, but because you're human. Because without reflection, you repeat the same mistakes. You stay stuck in the same patterns. You become a stranger to yourself. Create a simple daily practice. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. That's all you need to change everything. Morning reflection. Ask yourself 3 questions. What kind of person do I want to be today? What challenges might I face? How will I respond with integrity? You're not predicting the future. You're preparing your mind. You're setting your intention. You're reminding yourself who you are before the world tells you who to be. Evening reflection. Ask yourself 3 different questions. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? What will I do differently tomorrow? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about honest assessment, about learning, about making tomorrow better than today. Seneca practiced this every night. He wrote, "I will keep constant watch over myself, and most usefully, will put each day up for review. For this is what makes us evil, that none of us looks back upon our own lives. We reflect upon only that which we are about to do, and yet our plans for the future descend from the past. Your patterns live in your past. Your triggers live in your past. Your automatic reactions live in your past. If you never examine them, you'll keep repeating them forever. Reflection breaks the cycle. It shines light on what's been hiding in darkness. It gives you the power to choose differently. Write it down. Don't just think about it. Something magical happens when pen hits paper. Your thoughts become clearer. Your patterns become obvious. Your growth becomes measurable. You can look back at last month's reflections and see how far you've come, or see that you're still stuck in the same place and need to change something. This practice creates calmness because it takes the chaos of your day and makes sense of it. It transforms random events into lessons. It turns experiences into wisdom. It helps you see that you're not just surviving, you're evolving, you're becoming, you're growing into the person you're meant to be. 10 minutes a day. That's less time than you spend scrolling social media, less time than you spend complaining about your life, less time than you spend worrying about things you can't control. But those 10 minutes will give you back yourself. They'll give you clarity. They'll give you calmness in a world designed to keep you anxious. Start tonight. Reflect on today. Learn from it. Wake up tomorrow more intentional because of it. Let us know you're starting this practice. I reflect. I grow. Number 8. Develop wisdom by surrounding yourself with truth. You become the average of the voices you listen to, the people you spend time with, the content you consume, the conversations you participate in. Everything you allow into your mind is either building you up or tearing you down. There is no neutral ground. Choose carefully. Choose wisely. Choose like your future depends on it, because it does. Look around at your circle right now. Really look. Are these people pushing you toward greatness or pulling you toward mediocrity? Are they celebrating your growth or secretly hoping you stay small so they don't feel bad about themselves? Are they speaking truth to you or telling you comfortable lies because they're too weak to handle your reaction? The truth hurts sometimes, but lies destroy always. You need people in your life brave enough to tell you when you're wrong, when you're making excuses, when you're settling, when you're betraying the person you said you wanted to become. Those people are rare. Those people are treasures. Hold on to them like your life depends on it. Epictetus taught, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Not people who enable your worst habits, not people who encourage your excuses, not people who make you feel better about staying stuck, people who challenge you, who inspire you, who refuse to let you hide from your potential. Cut the dead weight. That friend who only calls when they need something but disappears when you're struggling. Let them go. That person who constantly gossips and drags everyone down with negativity. Distance yourself. That relationship that drains more energy than it gives. Walk away. You're not being mean. You're being wise. You're protecting your peace. You're honoring your growth. This extends beyond just people. What are you feeding your mind every day? What podcasts are you listening to? What shows are you watching? What books are you reading? What social media accounts are you following? All of it matters. All of it shapes you whether you realize it or not. Marcus Aurelius warns, "Be careful to leave your sons well instructed rather than rich, for the hopes of the instructed are better than the wealth of the ignorant." Wisdom is the real inheritance. Knowledge is the real wealth. Truth is the real treasure. Stop filling your mind with garbage and wondering why your life feels empty. Replace the noise with wisdom. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. Stop watching content that numbs you instead of growing you. Start reading books that challenge your thinking. Listen to voices that make you uncomfortable because they're pushing you to evolve. Seek out mentors who've been where you want to go. You don't need 1 million followers. You need a few wise voices. You don't need to be popular. You need to be surrounded by truth. You don't need everyone to like you. You need people who love you enough to be honest with you. Find your people. The ones who see your potential even when you can't. The ones who call you out when you're making excuses. The ones who celebrate your wins without jealousy and support you through losses without judgment. The ones who push you to be better while accepting exactly who you are right now. And be that person for someone else. Be the voice of truth in someone's life who only hears lies. Be the friend who challenges instead of enables. Be the presence that calls forth the best in others. You can't control who shows up for you, but you can control who you show up as. Your environment shapes you. Your company molds you. Your influences define you. Stop leaving this to chance. Stop accepting whoever happens to be around. Curate your circle like a museum curator selects art, with intention, with standards, with vision for what you're building. Surround yourself with truth and watch yourself become unstoppable. Commit to better company by writing, "Truth shapes my circle." Number 9. Build unshakable strength by serving something bigger than yourself. You're drowning in your own problems because you've made yourself the center of your universe. Every thought circles back to you. Every concern is about your pain, your struggle, your disappointment. And the more you focus inward, the heavier everything becomes. The weight of self-obsession is crushing you, and you don't even realize it. Here's the paradox that will save you. The fastest way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service to something greater. The moment you shift your focus from what you're getting to what you're giving, everything changes. Your problems don't disappear, they just stop controlling you. They lose their power because you've found something more important to fight for. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." Your life isn't just about you. Your choices ripple outward. Your actions impact others. Your legacy is being written right now in how you show up when nobody's watching. When you understand that truth, when you really feel it, complaining about minor inconveniences becomes absurd. You want unshakable strength. Stop building it for yourself. Build it for the people who depend on you, for the community that needs you, for the cause that's bigger than your comfort. When you're fighting for something that matters beyond your own survival, you discover reserves of strength you didn't know existed. Your kids are watching you, not just what you say, but who you are when life gets hard. Do they see someone who crumbles under pressure or someone who stands firm? Do they learn that obstacles are excuses to quit or opportunities to grow? You're not just living your life, you're teaching them how to live theirs. That responsibility should terrify you. It should also inspire you to be better than you've ever been. Your co-workers, your friends, your neighbors, they're all fighting battles you know nothing about. And sometimes your strength gives them permission to find their own. Your refusal to quit inspires someone else to keep going. Your commitment to growth challenges someone else to stop settling. You have no idea whose life you're changing just by choosing to show up with integrity. Seneca reminds us, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Stop walking through life like everyone else is an obstacle to your happiness. They're opportunities to give, to serve, to lift, to love, to make someone's heavy day a little lighter. Find your cause. What breaks your heart? What injustice makes your blood boil? What problem in your community keeps you up at night? Pour yourself into that. Not because you'll definitely fix it, but because trying to fix it makes you into someone worth becoming. Volunteer. Mentor someone younger who's struggling with what you've already overcome. Help an elderly neighbor with their groceries. Support a friend through their crisis, even when you're dealing with your own. Show up for people who can't repay you. That's where real strength lives. In selfless action, in purposeful service, in love that costs you something. When you serve something bigger than yourself, your personal problems don't vanish, but they lose their ability to destroy you. You can't spiral into self-pity when you're busy helping someone else. You can't wallow in your own pain when you're showing up to ease someone else's. Service is the antidote to despair. Purpose is the cure for emptiness. Your life has meaning, not because of what you achieve, not because of what you accumulate, but because of who you become and how many lives you touch along the way. That legacy, that impact, that's what echoes in eternity. That's what makes the struggle worth it. That's what builds strength that nothing can shake. Stop living small. Stop thinking small. Stop making everything about you. There's a world out there that needs what you have to give. Give it freely. Give it fully. Give it now. Declare your purpose in the comments. I serve something greater. You made it here. Through every word, every truth, every challenge. That alone tells me something about you. You're not looking for shortcuts. You're not searching for easy answers. You're ready to do the work that most people will spend their entire lives avoiding. 2026 is waiting for you. Not with guarantees, not with promises that everything will be perfect, but with opportunity. The opportunity to become stronger than your excuses, wiser than your mistakes, calmer than your chaos. Every point we covered today is a tool. Small, consistent actions build unshakable strength. Choosing your battles carefully protects your energy. Accepting what you can't control brings you peace. Embracing discomfort makes you unstoppable. Learning from every experience gives you wisdom. Mastering your responses gives you power. Daily reflection keeps you grounded. Surrounding yourself with truth elevates you. Serving something greater fulfills you. These aren't theories to think about. These are practices to live. Starting today, starting now, starting with one small choice that proves to yourself you're serious this time. Marcus Aurelius left us with this. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Stop planning to change. Stop talking about growth. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Be the change right now. Be the growth right now. Be the person you've been planning to become. This community is here for you. We're all fighting our own battles. We're all becoming stronger together. So hit that like button if this spoke to your soul. Drop your commitment in the comments. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to this channel because we're just getting started. 2026 is your year. Not because it will be easy, but because you're finally ready to do what's necessary. Now go prove it.